Hello there, this is Big Benedict. We're playing Sniper Elite V2 on Sniper Elite difficulty. This is Mission 7, Karlshorst Command Post. Sorry about that. So, we are infiltrating a command center, and what I dislike about this chapter, as much as this is one of my favorite chapters, but what I really dislike about this chapter is the infrequent checkpoints. I feel that they're just far too frequent at the beginning, which there's nothing wrong with that, but at the end they're far too infrequent. So I tried to make this work, and I finally was able to get this double headshot, even though the guy's head, the second head, didn't get hit by the bullet, but still, it's a chain kill and we'll take it. So what we're trying to do, you may have seen the objective if I had it, is we're trying to infiltrate the command post. We're trying to get in the building, obtain some documents, leave the building, and then you're going to have to take out an entire Russian sniping team at the end. And it's all nerves, man. It is very tense. And I was raging. It took me a few hours. No joking about it. So what I find distressing in games is in like unreliably placed checkpoints. Like, you know, admittedly, like frequent checkpoints, obviously that would be the way to go. Not that I would want that in every single game, but it's not really the fact that I'm getting checkpoints that are either long or hard. What the fuck am I saying? It's not that some are long and some are short. It's just the fact that they should all be like the same kind of length and with the same consideration, kind of threading through everything. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. I've tried to do this commentary a number of times. So what I usually do is just do it, you know, just get it done. You know, it doesn't matter about the mistakes. It doesn't matter about what some people call the bunny tails, the lapses. What I detest most about the big YouTubers that do the blogs is over editing. Like, there's a YouTuber called Mr. Repsion, and you know, like people like Jenna Marbles, like all of the big people, even Boogie2988, over editing. Like, there's an edit every few seconds when they're talking, because they're, you know, it's not easy to be perfect when you're talking. But take somebody like Alpha Omega Sin, who doesn't over edit. He very rarely edits when he speaks. But anyway, you guys, I didn't mean to derail that thread right there, but you get a checkpoint. Do you recall when I was trying to kill that fucking tank? You get a checkpoint there. You get a checkpoint here, like right before this, and then you get another checkpoint after. So you get a whole hell of a lot of checkpoints, and then the next part you have to go a very long way before you give it a checkpoint, and then at the end you have to do for what if it was. God damn it! Why am I nervous on these anymore? Something is wrong. I don't know what it is, you guys. So I'm trying to do it. Trying to get things fucking done. Sorry about that. I don't know what it is with these commentaries. I can't get them the way I used to have them, where it was flowing naturally and I was confident. But anyway, if I were you, this is what I would bring into this chapter. Bring in the PPH7 something -9, whatever the hell it is. I have no idea what it is. It looks like an old-fashioned Gatling gun. The majority of the enemies wield that weapon. Like these enemies here that I'm dropping will have it. So pick that up. Just due to the fact that you don't really get too many bullets when you are using any assault rifle in this game. And trying to fight enemies with this is just way too slow. It's awkward, and it just leads to heartache way too often. So this took me a couple of hours as well. So you really won't need an assault rifle on the next part. Not that many rounds. But what I would recommend is lay down a whole bunch of landmines and tripwires for these guys. Save a few though. What I don't like about this game is that you can't switch your weapon midway through the game. I'm not sure why they restrict it. But if you come over here behind this particular tank, these enemies don't come over here. So dropping and going prostrate here. Somebody was actually asking me about that. If you need to know what a word is, get a dictionary. You know, I'm sorry, I'm really sorry to have to fucking say that, but I have one on my phone. If I don't know what a word is, I don't know what every word is. If I don't know a word, I'll do a couple of taps on my phone and find out what it is. Prostrate. Somebody thought I was talking about the prostate organ. And yeah, it sounds familiar, but why the hell would you think I would be talking about one when I meant the other, especially in that scenario? I'm really sorry about that, but just get a dictionary. It's not hard. The worst about it, the offenders that leave negative comments when they don't, when they don't do grammar. I'm sorry, guys. I really don't know what is wrong with me. I'm not drinking. I'm drinking a Coke. Coca-Cola Life. I'm trying to live my life. So anyway, you've got to kill all these guys, and it's quite difficult just because one really feels the necessity to be conservative with one's ammo in this game because it's so scarce of a resource. So when you come down here, you will have all the majority. You will have, god damn it, you will have the majority of enemies killed. So it's just a matter of cleaning these guys up, and they don't rush you at this point. So it's just that first batch that rushes you. And I really don't know what it is. This nervousness, I don't know what it is. So if anybody has any ideas. But there's quite a few people among my subscribers, and this is off topic, but a lot of people do not like Steam, and I don't understand that really. It's just a service with games on it and software. I mean, you can buy software, educational stuff, not movies. I don't think there's movies on there, but just when you see the word PC in my titles, it's just because I want people who want to find the PC footage to be able to find it. I usually just don't do that for the consoles because they're not impressive. I mean, the PC is a lot more impressive from a visual standpoint, and that sounds pretty elitist, but it's also a fact. It has better frame rate and it looks better, But I'm not going to discriminate and just not like certain games because they're not good. I don't know. But anyway, a guide like this is really going to help out the people who, like me, will start raging at a part that's coming up, like the next part. And you never have to worry that I'm bringing in other people's strategies, because that is something that I'm very opposed to. And one of the reasons for that is because I would feel horrible about my I would feel badly about it, and I wouldn't, like, all the enjoyment that I would get from watching it would be just taken away from it. But look at this situation. You cannot switch shoulders, so it's very inconvenient. it's one of those things where I'm deeply curious to know why you can't switch shoulders. And anyway, so we're going to have a few stragglers of this actual team to give you some to kind of introduce you to the team. I think these two guys just got separated from the main team, but we're coming up on our final checkpoint, and it really is fucking hard. I mean, if you were going to buy a guide for this game or something, like the most critical data that you could want to extract from something like that would be the positions of these snipers. I'm somebody who has really good vision for somebody like my age, because I don't even need to wear glasses, but I have to sit up really close to the screen because this is a game, like this game, and it's all about precision. I mean, it's a sniping game, and even with the zoom. Anyway, this is really important, you guys. You want to take out that son of a whore right there, first of all, and then you shouldn't get hit by any of the other snipers. However, sometimes it does happen, but getting on this turret here is your option. The peripheral view does narrow when you get on the turret, but just realize that you'll have two guys, part of the sniper team right there, and then come off, let your health regen, and then we're going to sprint for this wall over here and take out a sniper. This is just the order in which I do it. You aren't given a non-linear path because you are given a directive. You'll see the waypoint. So as much as you can pick which way you thread your way through this environment, some clipping right there if you're wondering, you have to kill these targets in the order that the game wants you to. So the reason I'm not moving the camera right here is because I was just tired of moving it. There are two ingress points for this abandoned house, and what we're going to do next is seal up these entranceways, because sometimes the snipers will get down from their perches and come after you. That's what the difficulty descriptor said. They will come after you with deadly intent. So the next guy, usually what happens, you guys, is you're going to get hit once just trying to line your shot up, and the second shot will kill you on this difficulty. So you have to make your shot count. Fortunately, if you hit them without killing them, they usually get staggered. So what you need to do now is come back here and get down and take out this target right over here. I'll show you in a second. But the angles here, you would just, like, there were an uncountable number of times I would just be saying to myself, like, how the fuck did I get hit? Like, nothing hit me. But anyway, I think, okay, that guy, he sometimes will jump down if you don't kill him, and he'll rush the house. Other than that, you're going to get one more rusher. Did you see that guy? That's why we have these trip mines here, just to make sure that they cover us. And this guy was being a little bit coy, to be honest, because I was waiting for him to come in, and then it was only after I turned the camera off him that he actually came in. So we have him as a kill, and I believe, you guys, that's all the ground-based foes. Just 2 sets of 2. So now what you need to do is go to the waypoint. However, there are snipers right there, like for instance, like that guy right there. So the cruel thing about this sometimes is that you have to stick your neck out just to be able to find where these things are. Whoa, it's that kind of shit that's gonna happen. So it looks like there's 2 sets of 2 plus that guy. You know what I should have done is just put another landmine where the other one exploded, so that would not have happened. But I wasn't expecting that, obviously. So hold on. Okay, I just had to check my phone to see if somebody was text messaging me, and they were, but it doesn't matter. It's actually some fucking spammer. So, what I was going to say a minute ago was that even if you know where these targets are, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have an easy time, because locating them, like pinpointing them, is difficult just because there are so many hiding places and they're small targets. So we're just very carefully making our way over here, and if I had known that there were no more ground-based foes, I would have been a little bit less cautious. But if you aren't cautious here, you're going to be replaying this many times. However, it is nice that they do give you a grace period where they shoot, like, they give you one hit. It's not like one hit death, which I don't think this would be possible, to be honest. So let your health regen all the way, bait him a little bit, and this is just the next target. See, what they do is something I really don't agree with. They put the yellow diamond indicator pointing you where to go, like as if to say, come hither. But then when you get there, you're getting shot at. But it isn't as though you're in a shooting gallery. Like, that's the only thing that I will say about in the game's defense. Usually it's just one guy that takes a shot at you, and you could easily get into cover. So remember what I said about this being raw and all nerves? That's why I'm missing all of these shots. I'm not even looking at the wind indicator. And why am I not looking at it? It's just because I'm in a frenzy here. I'm trying to take this fucking asshole out, and I finally was able to do it. You noticed that the wind was going to the left, so I needed to shoot to the right, and it was only like later that I actually figured that out. So let your health regen, and just realize that when you're doing this, remember when the ground-based foes come out. Like, at this point there are no more, but I didn't know that at the time, because I was going to redo this to do it a little bit better, but I didn't fancy doing the entire chapter. So this particular enemy over here, he is available to get killed much earlier on than I'm killing this guy right now. So just realize that, like the checkpoint would move on. Excuse me, the marker, the yellow diamond, it would move on. Damn. So I'm trying to think which sniper it was. I'm trying to think of an opportunity when you could take this guy out earlier. I think after you've killed the last ground-based foe, this guy is available to get killed from another angle. So I'm having quite a bit of hardship here. I'm not figuring out a suitable angle to shoot this guy, and I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe I can't hit him because all of the glass is in the way, but it's just not the case. So I apologize for all this popping in here. It's a big area. I mean, the game has to populate. But getting back to that Steam subject, I'm really not sure what all the abrasive nature of some of the people on the channel. Not anybody that I'm thinking of, really. Just you know, I realized that when I started this channel, I mean, it's fine not to like something. It's perfectly fine. I just don't want this channel to incur any negativity just because I'm playing these games on PC, because there is that stigma of elitism that sometimes can attach itself to one if one's attitude leans towards elitism. And I really hope mine doesn't, but I realize that I'm only human, and sometimes, you know, I like the absolute best, and my preferences can lean towards the extravagant, to be honest about it. But we're down to one enemy left, and I'm in the house holed up for reassurance, I guess. But this is a rotten place to stand. So if I were you, I would head back to the area where everything started, and I'll show you exactly where that is. Because this will finish when you kill the last guy. And when I think about it, it's just the extreme learning curve here. Once you learn like how it works, you know, the wrenches that they throw on you, you know, those ground-based foes that crop up here and there. But this house is really easy to fortify. I think it's a great place to lay those traps for those enemies. But the main reason I started to put PC in the title was just because there are times when I go online and I seek out the PC version of things, and that's why I put it in the title. It's not anything to make the console people feel inferior or anything like that. It's just for searching purposes. And another thing, like the Ghost Recon Future Soldier guide that I did, I had to put PC in that title because hardcore was exclusive to that that version. But anyway, look at all these shots going wild. Take care!